Well, well, well. What do we have on a Wednesday night? What's going on?
It's Wednesday already. Oh
It's
man,
Wednesday.
What's
Tomorrow is
going on, guys?
Tomorrow's Thanksgiving.
It's crazy, man. I can't believe it's Thanksgiving already.
man.
Where did 2023 go? Better question.
Football
Pretty
tomorrow.
much.
Yeah, football, and that's why I named it. I said let's talk about Thanksgiving. So, is this going to be? We're going to take this and use this as our podcast.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I can do that.
Part of it, I guess.
Part of it. We'll snip it. Probably take some stuff from Sunday as well.
Yeah, I can run it through that program I got too if we want that. So what is going on? What is going on? All right. So we got Thanksgiving. That we'll talk about that. We have a few people that are going to be jumping on, hanging out with us. So I guess the biggest news right now is this stuff with Binance, right? Is that the biggest news, Greek? I mean,
That's the biggest crypto news we got right now. Binance fined $4.3 billion. Also, CZ steps down. New CEO appointed. How this affects the whole crypto market. Today, Bitcoin seems to be pumping, so that's good.
I mean, it did set a newer high that it hasn't seen.
That is true.
It wasn't so his bail was, or his bond, right, was what he said, $173 million,
oh,
highest ever recorded.
Jeez.
He's out, obviously.
you see Just Talking's out there.
What's up, Just Talking?
Best in yourself. What up, my friend?
What is up? Yeah, it's crazy what's going on with that whole situation. And I was like wondering how this affects other exchanges too. And then I brought up in my video, if anybody hasn't watched it, this is one of the reasons why I always say not your keys, not your crypto. Get your crypto off the exchanges. You never know. Now, when paying this fine, do they have enough excess cash to pay the fine? Or do they have to go into customer funds? That's something when I watch CoffeeZilla's video that he brought up, and I'm like, that's a great point. And if they have to go into customers' funds, then you risk being insolvent, which we all know what happened with FTX and stuff like that. So it's just crazy.
It's their way of making us all scared right at a critical point here in the market again.
Let me jump in here real quick. Sorry about that, but
No,
NR, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Like I said, man, I'm having some technical difficulties. That's why I'm not on camera and my mic and all that stuff. So
I got a message in the Discord from Melanin Delight, and she asked if anybody was having issues logging into Ultimo Pay, and she just said hello in the chat. So I'm not sure if she figured that out or if you know anything about it or if it was
from time to time they do like maintenance on the integration of their website, since it's a real bank and all that good stuff. I can try to log on myself and see. I'm assuming she's talking about the dashboard.
I assume she just said hello everybody, but in the Discord she put that in there. She put that in about a few hours ago. So
and NR would be the Ultimo Pay expert.
Yeah, this might be perfect timing for her. But
NR, there's a lot of disappointed people that keep DMing me right now because they want to see those baby blue eyes, and they're really sad.
Yeah, I think there's.
So get your stuff together.
Well, you see, you're not getting them about me, so at least I'm happy to hear that.
I'm working on it.
Well, I'm sure there's people out there that are like, man, I wish I could see Confirmant.
No, we know we're all tuning in for these to see NR.
No excuses for Con.
Melanie comes in and says she said that I have not been able to log into my dashboard.
For how long is a better question. Has it only been like a couple hours? Has it been half the day, the whole day?
Well, I mean, even if it, like with me, it's like even if something goes down, if you don't know about it ahead of time,
it's a little freaky when it doesn't.
Yeah. So like when you're like, you get a message, oh, they're going to be doing maintenance on Sunday night, whatever. Okay, all right, I can understand.
Yeah, that's my cable company. They let me know 3 hours after my service is not working why the reason is, and it's because they're doing power work in the area.
Yeah, so I was able to log in, Melanin. So I'm in my dashboard right now, actually.
The last 9 hours.
She said it's been the last 9 hours.
Yeah, I'm definitely in my dashboard. So
Is there any way
yeah.
to send like a customer support ticket in without being
Yeah,
able to
so
log in?
the best place to get those guys for me has always been Telegram. They're very, very active in Telegram. So if you go into now it did take a while for me to log in, like it was kind of thinking. So maybe they're doing some maintenance. But I would say, Melanin, if you're having issues, definitely go into the Ultimo Telegram and just tag one of the admins and just say, hey, I'm having problems logging in.
What's up,
And they'll
Shadow X?
definitely hit you up.
Yeah, she says, I want to say happy Thanksgiving to Shadow X. He came in. Mela says, maybe it's me. I feel better now knowing that you have access yours.
Yeah, those guys are always on point. They definitely are.
Thanks, Chris, for skipping that. Nice
Did-
comment.
But one of those things that concerns me about when you're trolling and everything like that, work on spelling. That is helpful. You know, good Lord.
All right.
Not to mention, I mean,
Can I show him my wallet? Because I'm a crook and it's got
I don't understand the
nothing in it.
comment.
My crypto wallet's got nothing in it. My Bitcoin wallet's got stuff in it. But my Binance wallet, BSC wallet is, oh man, I think the whole world's got more money than me right now in that wallet. Karma will get you. Yeah, you're right. Karma will get me. I don't know what I did.
0 cents.
I apologize for whatever.
Oh no, hold on a second. All right, so Melon the Light. Thanks, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. And invest in yourself. I thought we were buds. You know what? For that comment, I'm gonna make you a mod on my channel.
That's funny.
You have been
last
banned
week,
into the Shadow Realm.
the Bears tried to win a football game, but they just said no. We feel bad for those Lions, and we just let them come back and
he says he does good with the Lions. Okay, all right, but when he says Michigan and me being from Ohio, them's fighting words, man. It's on now. But I made him a mod so he can he can complain. He can ban me.
I actually don't mind the Lions winning. As a Bears fan, it's good to see that because they've struggled for so long. It sucks seeing the Packers win. So as long as the Packers keep losing, I'm good.
See, yeah, they the Philadelphia game the other night. That was a really good game.
That was a great game.
Yeah, very good
I did
game.
not watch it.
I wish Patrick Mahomes didn't forget how to play quarterback in the second half. I mean,
yeah, I did notice that. Did who's playing tomorrow? Who's the teams that are playing on Thanksgiving Day?
well, we got our standard Lions playing, the Cowboys playing. Who are they playing? That's the thing. So it's Packers versus Lions. So I'll be rooting for the Lions tomorrow because the Packers suck. We have Washington versus Dallas. Ugh.
Yep.
Dallas is just going to whoop them. And then at night, we got 49ers versus Seahawks. That's going to be a good game, too.
Now, is that the normal Thursday night? Will that be on Prime? Does it say where?
Let me see.
I like Chris Herbstreit. He does he mostly does
NBC
college.
tomorrow.
It's on what?
NBC.
Oh, darn. So
I like the Prime, but part of the problem I have with it is like I have to go on my Xbox and then put it through there because I'm connected
Oh
there.
man, first world problems. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
Too many steps to watching stuff on my 65.
Most of the time,
TV.
I'll watch regular TV on my TV, and then I'll put it on my iPad. And then Chris Cruz wants to talk about stuff, so then I'm like, okay, now I gotta sit here and figure out which place I'm gonna watch it on.
Awesome, buddy. All right, so
Always blame Chris Cruz.
did we have anything? Yeah, that's probably the best thing for you. Do we have anything to talk about Binance more? Were you guys going to say something else? I interrupted.
What's BNB doing after all that?
BNB kind of dipped like a few percentage points.
Kinda.
What do you mean kinda? It went from 268 to like 225.
Was it 268?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
never
you did.
mind. And I saw it when it was at 240.
No, with
and it
270,
dipped
dude. It
to
went to
225.
271. Holy
It
crap!
wicked. Yeah,
271 to 225.
yeah, it wicked at almost 272.
Okay,
Jeez.
I didn't know that part. I just saw it from 240 down to 2.
Yeah,
Oh,
but it's a
you
good
missed it
day
about
trade. It's a
Okay.
good.
12%.
Oh, hey,
swing,
we
bro.
got a guest here with us.
12%.
Welcome to
my
the
guy.
stage, Nick. What's
Hello.
going on, Nick?
What's up,
How's it
Nick?
going?
Hey, what's going on, Nick?
So good to be back with the gang.
Yeah, we're just talking about Binance and all that kind of stuff and how crazy that was. We were talking football. Wait a minute. Did I read? Oh, 49ers are playing tomorrow night, huh?
Yeah, Nick's team.
That's Nick's team, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be good if I could watch them, but there's basically only family and Thanksgiving food rule, no football.
Man.
No football.
By 8:20 at night, will anybody be awake to watch that game?
It's 8:20 Eastern.
Yeah,
Really?
8:20 Eastern.
Yeah, so that's right in the middle of dinner time here. So
Yeah. Well, yeah,
I'll
that's-
be in
yeah.
my food coma.
Yeah,
and
I'll be like,
hopefully
did
up
anybody
money.
watch that? Did anybody watch that game?
that's pretty late. Yeah, people are probably fully coma out by then, unless you go for seconds.
I'm
you
a
know?
little disappointed that it's not on Prime because that was I like the Thursday night game that they do.
We'll
wait a
get
minute.
more. We'll be back to normal next week. You don't have to worry. And we get treated to a great Monday night football game. You get to see the Bears on primetime.
The Bears?
Yeah.
Nice.
The Bears.
Yeah, 237 now, huh?
So, Nick, what's your opinion on the stuff with Binance? Have you heard anything about that?
Well, not any different than what you're reading and hearing, Chris. I mean, I don't think it comes as a shock to anybody that I think it's more the fact that they agreed on such a big settlement, and it's not clear yet if there's going to be jail time or not. Probably not. But my hope is that any more of these to come, just get it done with here in December, please. So 2024 we can
Right.
start off fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Nick, I know you might want to talk shop and everything like that, but you guys have got some stuff going on in Vitruveo, man. You got the results of your Senate vote and all that. I mean, that was pretty spectacular. Bunch of things going on over there. Do you want to talk about any of that? So I don't want to, I know we're just going to hang out. But...
I bore people enough with my copious detail on Fridays, but I'm happy to look. The thing is, we have a plan, and now the plan is coming to fruition. Things are falling into place. It's just a matter of time. People want results yesterday, but some of these things you have to lay down the rails first before the train can go on it, right? And so we spent time laying down the rails, and now the train can move. I feel also that people underestimate the amount of time it takes for a new team to get synergized, to feel each other out. It's just like a sports team or whatever. Like you got to know each other, anticipate moves, etc., and begin to work together. And that's happening now. People are finding their groove, if you will, finding their footing, and we are getting now our customers into the mix, which is what's exciting. The artists are pretty lit up about this. I mean, I go from space and you see all the tweets. I mean, it's all out there in public. People are really, really excited about this. And we've given December 7th as the deadline for the first 2,500 artists, but we already have over 220 submissions for people who already have. We require them to create new artwork. And, it takes a few days to create this, a few weeks even. So I anticipate fully that as we get closer to December 7th, we're going to see a deluge of these artworks. And that's ultimately, the proof is in the pudding, right? Do the customers who we're building this for accept it, want it, need it, believe in it? And the early answers are absolutely, And so I'm very, very enthusiastic about it. And Just today, I met with the team that in Brazil that we are working with to build up Vitru Studio. So the thing is, there is the core protocol and all the apps, etc. We have to build in order to just for day-to-day business, like you have your Nexus NFTs and all that. But there's a slew of apps that we are going to have on there for artists, etc. And if we were to have just the same team work on it, it would be linear and would take forever. In Web3, speed is of the essence. Like you just got to get stuff done very, very, very fast. So we had a good meeting with this team. They're going to kick ass with Vitru Studio. The first thing they're going to do is integrate this Synapse product called Anima, ANIMA. It's a Web3 identity. It's decentralized identity for the web with KYC. So we're going to have creators do that. Chris, I think you're going to regret you asked me this question pretty soon, because if you know that I'll go into a lot.
You'll just keep going and going. And going.
No. I think it's great.
Like the Energizer Bunny when you ask him about Vitruveo.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't be as bad as Kryptonian if you say anything about the moon an hour later.
Yeah.
He's not here, but he'll hear it.
But long story short, we are building out the studio product, and in parallel, we are doing the streaming product. And you'll always see different things behind me because I'm kind of prototyping, etc. We already have an NDA signed with a frame manufacturer for art displays. They do more commercial and high-end homes, but that's a good place to start because those are the folks who are likely to subscribe to streams and things like that. So we're going to figure out how to get curated art streams into people's living rooms, starting off with like hotel lobbies and business lobbies, etc. And wealthy homes who have like a good taste for art. So we'll start there, and then we'll make it more mainstream with consumers. But I feel like the stream product is has a lot of potential. And then today I also had a meeting with Joao, the CEO of Diverge. So we've got our 2 artists lined up. The sneaker designs are being created. We are lining up the production, and he's been talking to a company in Spain that has a new UV machine where they don't print the panels before they stitch them together. They have the whole shoe assembled, and the machine prints all over, and you can even print on the soles and all that.
Oh wow!
So we're very excited to see how that works out. Yeah. So I will. So we'll queue up the sneakers, etc. And I want to go to Lisbon and get the first pair, and do a little bit of marketing around it, because we've added this channel called Vitru Things. And Divert Sneakers is going to be the first one. So then we add more things to the mix, etc. So yeah,
that's cool.
Stop me because I keep on going. This is very exciting for me.
I think it's great information. Plus, there's so many people out there that want to hear some of these ideas and some of these things. I mean,
yeah,
not everybody's in the Discords and get a chance to actually watch.
And there's one more thing. In January, I'm going to University Campus to speak to a whole program full of people. We want to integrate Vitruveo into curriculum in a college as a template. We'll start off with one university, and then we'll do it with multiple universities.
Yeah, you talked about that a while back, and I'm glad to see that's
coming to fruition. I'm excited about it.
Nick, I might be in need of one of your artists to make me a new logo, since my logo guy seems to be slacking.
I'm sure there's some there, but I'll just tell you that most of the artists will suck at the logo stuff, because like freeform art versus the structured.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
but he was more throwing a jab at me.
Yeah. Confirmant's my logo guy.
Yeah. So
if anybody listening wants to make the Greek a new logo,
you know who you need.
That's when you're supposed to say, "Hey." Greek. I would say that's when you say, "Hey, by the way, guys, Confirmant makes logos," not "Hey, Greek is looking for logo." That's how you upsell, work.
Did you guys get the opportunity to tune in to Kryptonian and I on Sunday night?
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
Part of it, because I was going over author fight stuff with Khan.
I want to see. I want to bring this up. I want to show this to you guys. This girl is absolutely fantastic, and I know it might be off subject a little bit and everything like that, but you guys remember this? Do you remember the song "I Will Always Love You" from like The Bodyguard that
Whitney, yeah.
that
Whitney Houston. Yeah.
Whitney Houston and Dolly Parton? You know, Dolly Parton did, and I think somebody had it before Dolly Parton, but I'm not sure. But they made it famous, and Whitney Houston really knocked it out of the park. Well, this is a young lady. Her name is Kelsey Watts. I found her on Instagram, and wow,
Great control of the voice.
I
His
know
reactions are great
she's
too.
awesome. I just I was thinking about artists and stuff like that, and what Nick was talking about, and you know, I'm thinking there's so many different things out there. I've actually been the whole artist portion of Vitruveo and what they've been talking about has really opened my eyes to quite a few, you know, NFTs, general artists out there and stuff like that. And then with music and stuff, I know that every single week that we do our Sunday Night Live, we seem to have some type of artist out there and we're talking about something, you know, so it's pretty exciting. And that's she does another one. I'm going to bring up another one because I think you guys probably know this song. So let me, I'm not good at this, this whole thing here. I'm going to bring up
Chris
this.
has been living under a rock for all these years, so he doesn't know any of these songs.
I know. You guys are like, dude, we know this lady. So you guys might remember this song or know this song. I think this that Hillsong United song. I love this song.
Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Make me Jesus and my feet never wander. In my faith will be stronger in the presence of my Savior.
Yeah, she's awesome. So
makes me realize how little talent I have.
Yeah, you and me both. I couldn't even begin to.
She's in a stairwell, which is like acoustically very echoey, and she still sounds.
Well,
brilliant.
You got to think about a stairwell is actually pretty cool because of the acoustics of it.
Okay, so
just being able to do the extra reverby, cool, echoey, bouncy.
Well, it doesn't
sound.
work like that for me. So,
start in the shower, Greek. That's the best acoustics right there.
I think this is her link. I don't know.
Terrible in the shower.
So I messaged her manager, Melinda SEG or whatever it is.
Yeah, she's amazing. And when she's doing the, I just think it's one of those things that she's sitting there making her coffee or something like that, singing with her husband, and her husband sings too. He's pretty good too. But you know, and I always get a kick out of those things when artists and people do certain things, and you have. There was one, and I don't know if I can find it, but there was this one where she creates this. She has this box, right? And she slides the box over on the floor, on the carpet. Hey, Fowler.
Hey,
And
hey,
she
what's going on?
tears up pieces of the box, and she's putting it all, gluing it and doing stuff. And I'm sitting there going, what? I mean, this must be an artist type thing. I don't know. But then she's got a light shining on it, and she turns the box, and you can see the shadow on the wall. And she turns the box, and it's the Joker. The reflection of what she's doing on the wall is the Joker. I mean, it makes it, you see his face all, because I was like, what? But she did a bunch of them. But I like those kinds of things. Those are different for me, and I like.
Someone's got some background going
actually
on.
now we have the blue-eyed wonder himself.
Oh, now
What
there's no
up?
chance for me.
You guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, cool. Yeah, I
Hey,
fried
Fowler,
my,
we're getting a little
I fried my
background from
little
you, buddy.
pork thing.
Yeah, somebody's got a lot of background noise. So did you guys, Fowler? Did you see that lady, the lady that was just on there that was singing? I don't know.
Yeah, the reverse.
Massimo, we're not here for Vitruveo. I mean, Nick's here hanging out with us. We talked a little bit about it. If you got a question, sure, throw it in there.
Yeah, the title says "Let's talk about Thanksgiving."
That's a Latino culture.
And if you're watching on my channel, it says "Let's talk about everything."
My mom was faithfully watching all
Like
And
how
Nick,
the-
we like when you go on your tangents, Nick, because first of all, at least I do. I like seeing the passion that you have, man, because you get really excited and just like, to me, that says a lot, right? It says a lot. So I love it, man. I definitely love it. I did have a quick question for you, because I've been looking at a lot of the artists, especially in like the NFT space, and it looks like a lot of them use Tezos. So how exactly are, I guess, how exactly is Vitruveo going to steal a way that, from Tezos? How are you basically going to insert yourself in there and get people off of what they're used to? Meaning,
Yeah.
if they're already used to
So for
using
that, you need a
Tezos, how
little
are
bit
you
of
going to?
background
Yeah.
on-
Okay.
on why people went to Trezors. So
Mhm.
essentially, what's happened is the high gas prices on Ethereum made it almost impossible for people to
Which makes sense.
do
Yeah.
anything.
ridiculous.
And so
yeah.
what happened in Tezos very organically is it became sort of the artist community, mostly artists buying from each other because they were doing editions at very low prices. It gave people the ability to support each other. So that's
I
what
did
if
see
you
a
look
lot
at
of
the
that, which is cool. Yeah.
it's great. It's great.
Mhm.
But in terms of commercial activity, artists making money on Tezos, they are not doing a lot of that.
Gotcha. Okay. No, that makes sense then. Okay. All right. No, that makes perfect sense. And that's exactly what I was looking for. So yeah. Awesome. Cool. Right on.
Oh, Nick, I've seen people asking about the over-the-counter stuff. When do you anticipate that?
Yeah. So it was my decision to make. It was going to be a database app. It was easy, and then I said, you know what? Let's do this on chain, and that made it 10x more complicated. So I was looking at the test today. It looks good. You know what we got to do there? We got to stress test the protocol because we basically uploaded 18,000 records. For all that. So and it took less than 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes to do that. So when we do it, like I was so worried about airdrops and all that because on Ethereum 18,000, that's first of all huge gas number. It would be like crazy. But here we did it in like 4 minutes for like pennies, like single digit pennies. Was the cost. So
That's good.
I will commit to releasing it at the download on Friday. It'll be done.
Perfect. Yeah, I've seen it about, and
yeah, it's entirely my fault. I take the lumps on that because it would have been easy to make it a database app, but now we can have these numbers on chain. I want to make more and more of everything we do gravitate away from database, gravitate away from BSC, do stuff on our protocol, even though it takes a little longer, more effort, etc. In the world of software development, there's a phrase, eat your own dog food. Kryptonian like Fowler, also you develop, and you probably heard about it. It's use your own product, and if you cannot use your own product, why should someone else do it? So that's why I encourage people, like, whatever you do, like if you're building an app, like let's build it on the protocol. So yeah,
Perfect.
Makes sense.
Hopefully the right people hear it and they can just calm down for a few days till Friday. You're still having the download on Friday, right?
Yeah. Every Friday I've been doing it.
I just want to make sure you weren't going to go shopping and buy all this stuff
Black
on
Friday.
all the deals.
Yeah. I hate that, dude.
So glad online shopping exists.
All right, I found this. You guys want to watch it?
Yes.
I think you're going to be a little shocked. So I missed a couple seconds of it, but this is a guy that's showing what he puts on what he creates on his box and what it comes up on the wall. So she sees this and she's like, I could do that.
Oh, damn.
So I mean, she's just tearing up pieces, and when you see this,
love perspective art, like when you look at it from certain perspectives.
But she does this, and this is pretty amazing. But then if you go follow her and look at all her work that she does, it's amazing.
Kryptonian said this is how the projection of the moon was made.
Oh my goodness.
Kryptonian.
Oh, I promise you guys Ethereum.
Watch this.
Oh my goodness.
Holy smokes. Wow. That was pretty awesome. That was pretty cool.
She has another one that I saw that, I think you guys are going to like this one. I'm going to play this one.
And Chris just got me copyright strike like crazy.
Well, you know what? Who cares?
They will do a copyright strike for that brief little. Really?
Anything over 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Dude, they can even get it for even 2 or 3 if it's that recognizable.
Yeah. My whole thing is that they just make it monetization type thing or something like that.
Yeah. So some share it.
You got 2.7 million views on the other one, so she's doing this one. When you guys see what this is, it's gonna be
the moon landing.
Isn't it crazy? Yeah. You see people with actual talent getting 2.7 million views, and I got 3.5 million views cutting a Dorito bag.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Shows you what entertains people.
That is true.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you what you wanna hear. Get my sunglasses on while I shed a tear. It's not worth the ride.
like, look at this stuff. You're like,
from a cardboard box, right?
Yeah. When you see this, you guys are gonna go nuts. Oh, you might not go nuts.
What?
Whoa.
Wow.
I never would have guessed Wednesday.
Wow.
That
was pretty incredible, man.
And then you know what she does is, and I've never seen this before, and it's very awesome. I mean, I don't understand why people haven't done this before. She's created a bunch of artworks over the years, and she keeps them all and everything like that. And she shows how much she's advanced. She'll take the artwork and she'll set it down and she'll tear it in half. And then she will draw the other side, like with her new skills and how much she's advanced and everything like that. And she'll show it to you, like what it was like 5 years ago, whatever, and then what it is now. And then she basically takes the torn copy away, and you see the full picture, and it's absolutely spectacular. She's a great artist, and she's doing She's getting better and better all the time. But that was my thing. I wanted to bring that up because we were talking about it the other night. And then
No, it's cool,
Cody
man.
and I went down the rabbit hole of the moon landing, and then something about space, and then flat Earth, whatever. I don't know.
So I got a new theory on the moon landing.
Okay.
So many people say it's faked. I still think we went to the moon. I just think we didn't have the technology to broadcast all the stuff that was on the moon, so that they recorded some of it in a studio so that they would have stuff to show. And so it's kind of both.
So we can't broadcast, but we can get to the moon.
They got to the moon, but it's
I'm just messing with you.
it's like
I know
they
what you're saying.
They didn't know what they were going to encounter on the moon.
Yeah, they didn't have a camcorder. They didn't have a camcorder.
You still haven't explained how you get past the Van Allen radiation belt. You still have to get past that. I'm sorry. Like if you can't get past that, it's more likely that we didn't go to the moon than we did go to the moon, because that's actually a fact. Like they actually have the spectrums and everything.
Assume that we can't get past the Van Allen radiation belts because
I'm not assuming somebody from NASA, the guys who said that they went to the moon once upon a time, said we can't get past the Van Allen radiation belt. So which one is it? Because this guy was a lot, I would say, younger. Well, probably wasn't even alive. He might have been alive, but may not have been alive when the moon landing supposedly happened. So it can't.
I was alive when it happened.
I'm just so happy that
Chris, were you on the moon?
Conversation. No. That's all it was meant to do. Spark conversation. My theory.
So like I've never been to Antarctica, right? I've never been to Antarctica. Now I could actually sit here and say, if I go by what I've seen in pictures, then it's just snow and icebergs. That's all I've seen. But I've never been to Antarctica, right? So I have to go with either what I've seen or at least believe what I've heard.
Yeah.
When it comes to space, okay, I know we can get to the low orbit. I know we can get to it. We've seen that. What we haven't seen is deep space exploration. We haven't seen past that Van Allen radiation belt. If it was so possible, trust me, we could have just glided right out there a little bit past. But guess what? Nobody wants to get fried. So guess what? They haven't done it. I do not believe we went to the moon. Now, do I believe the world is flat? No, I don't. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna say yay or nay.
I was gonna say, but you believe we went to low Earth orbit so they could see that the world is not
but here's
flat.
the thing. Here's the thing when it comes to what is perceived as a globe, right? Like, honestly, I feel like it could be like, like one of those snow globes, right? You shake it up. It's still got the atmosphere and everything. Still a bubble, basically. But guess what? It ain't a globe. But there's one thing that just bothers the living crap out of me when I try to make sense of being a globe or flat Earth. And here's the one thing: the sun and the moon rises and sets in the same spot every single day. Mm-hmm. So if we're rotating, man, why is it's still in the same spot, man?
I'm sorry, guys.
You have to explain this stuff.
I got a question.
You got a globe rotating and it's going around, so it's rotating on the same axis every single day. So the sun's gonna rise.
This came up on Sunday night, okay, and we watched this. All right, so this is I'm not concerned about it. We can whatever we can do and everything like that, but I'm going on the assumption that a lot of people that work at SpaceX, they're pretty smart, right? They're you would think that they're pretty smart people, So I'm not putting this on their shoulders. But when they did that launch and they said it was a success and everything, and then it blew up and everything, I just got the impression like this is the first time anybody's ever tried to do this, because didn't NASA do this in the 60s and 70s and like their launches and then they fail and all that? It's almost like SpaceX has to start over. You know what I mean?
They're testing a new vehicle. So it's first time.
Yeah, and I think those are the answers, but isn't the general knowledge of it there? You know, like
Exactly. NASA has been shooting rockets into space since the 60s, right, Greek?
mhm.
So if this is the case, I would think anyone who jumps into the space exploration or space engineering field, the first place they're going to go for past data is NASA. But guess what? The same NASA guy said, you know what? We don't have that information anymore because we lost it. How? Right? Like, hey, our hard drives got fried with an electrical storm. That would have been a better story. The guy didn't even have a story. He just said, we lost that information because technology moved on, and I guess we couldn't keep up with that 60s technology.
We
we
couldn't convert the floppy disk.
Right, we couldn't convert the floppy disk.
Or the government doesn't want that information out there.
Right.
Nah, dude, it's you can't look.
Nobody's putting down the inventors. I'm just
We
saying
will
that
not kill my
didn't they all do
childhood exploration of.
I mean, here's the thing: we got more technology in our pocket than they did on the first space shuttle.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
Our
In our
iPhones.
pocket.
You can plug
Right.
ChatGPT. You can plug ChatGPT in a spaceship right now, and I bet you ChatGPT probably can steer the ship all the way to the moon.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you
Unmanned,
keep so many
okay.
people silent? Explain that part.
Oh, easy. Like Big Brother, Men in Black, whatever spook you want to go with. Trust me, the government's got them.
You have the light.
Like, have you not seen? Like, you ever seen? What was that movie? A Beautiful Mind. Well, my man swore the Men in Black or whoever the Big Brother was behind him, like trying to get him. But actually, now he was
Men
going
in Black
crazy.
is real. Okay, here's the proof.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Teddy, that no one's saying that we think the earth is flat. And some people think we didn't go. They want a little bit of proof. Other people believe it. So it's just a conversation. No reason.
Yeah.
Poor
People
Nick
get upset.
listening to this gibberish.
No,
I mean-
I'm here to chill, so this is perfectly fine.
Nick's probably like, nah, you guys are all bogus with this. We went. Well, you guys crazy.
I mean, Flat Earth Dave got us started on all this. We had him on a few weeks ago. Sunday, we're going to have an anti-Flat Earther on.
Right.
And then Wednesday, we're going to have Flat Earth Dave back on. So this is going to be really, really cool
Nick.
stuff. And whether you believe in it or not, the argument and the debate is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It is pretty cool.
Nick,
The
I think
the
Nick
thing
is
we
a
can
pretty
look forward to, though,
intelligent
is put the
player.
debate to rest by sending people back to the moon now.
Right.
Exactly.
There should
Exactly.
be no problem. You would
That's
think we
all-
should
that's all I
have no
need to
Your
know.
problem.
resolution video
Wait,
live.
Nick
You gotta bring an
understands-
iPhone to
Nick-
the moon and take selfies.
Yep.
when
Nick
was the last time we went to the
understands
moon?
Nick
Yeah.
understands tech, man. There's no way that you can say you did something in the 60s and you're telling me it's 2023 and you can't even get a quarter of what you did in the 60s.
Wait,
None
so
of
we
that makes
haven't
sense,
gone
man.
back since the 60s.
That's
Oh.
correct.
No,
Since
70s.
72 or 3, I believe.
72 or 72.
Wait,
Oh,
wait,
that's
wait.
right. I think it kind of is young. So yeah, man, we never went back. We've never ever
Well,
went
no,
back.
I know we went in the 60s. I figured we've gone back at least once or twice since then.
No,
I mean,
no,
with
not
common
in the
knowledge, I don't
80s.
think so.
Not in the 80s, not in the 90s, not in the 2000s. We've never been back, man. Those rovers are fucking dust. I don't even know if they're there. That's another thing. The rovers are just there. The
Well,
flag
we
is just
know
there.
that the flag was knocked down, but Superman put it back up. So we're good on the flag. The flag's
Man put the
okay.
flag up. That's correct.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
we
That
didn't go
stuff makes
back.
sense,
I'm
man.
telling you right now, we didn't go back because Transformers were on the moon, and we didn't want to
There
mess
you
with
go.
them, dude.
So-
I'm just saying.
Wait, so,
That's a
wait, so
better
we haven't,
excuse.
so
It's a
we
better
haven't
excuse than
been
the
back.
crap we got.
Are we supposed to go? Are they planning on going back? Is like that
Well,
like something on the radar?
No, they're just doing this. They're skipping the moon and they're going to Mars now. So when they fail on Mars,
Elon wants
it's
to go
never
to
been
Mars.
done.
I forgot.
But you have to think, society and people in general, they want like, will the moon excite them? We've already gone. Some will say we haven't gone. But
you would
some will
feel
say
like
we've already
you'd
gone.
wanna
Here's how the
send
United
people
States will
there.
immediately launch a program to go to the moon. Kim Jong-un says that's their highest priority. They're going to the moon. we'd be like, no way, dude, we are going first.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah,
wrong.
exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like you would want to send someone there so you'd actually get actual like 8K photos. Like, you know, like I want to see 4K,
Yeah, look.
120 FPS.
Look, when you look at the credits on those pictures you're looking for, it's gonna say Michael Bay, like at the bottom corner, okay? Because I'm telling you right now, we're not going to the moon. We ain't
it's
going
not
to
going to be
Mars.
exploding. So I don't
Well,
expect
here's the
Michael Bay.
problem. We paid like 72 million just to hitch a ride up to space. Think of how much money it costs to
Wait,
get
so
to
what
the
are we
moon.
paying NASA for if they don't do any of that stuff?
We
To send
cut
your
their
kids-
budget by a ton. NASA's
they
not
can
even launching their own
They can
stuff.
afford field trips. They can only afford field trips now. Okay,
Well,
They
they're
make
doing
about
a lot of other
$80
things.
million
They do
They're
a lot
doing
of-
research and
Yeah, a
They
lot of
get
research.
$80
and
million
they
a
did their-
day. There's no cut, no budget.
it's crazy, man.
What is
That's the cut budget.
What
80
is
million
the
a day.
telescopes? Was it like
That's
the
the
Hubble?
That's
and
true
then-
story.
that's the Hubble. That's what they. Now that's
What's
one
the
thing
other one?
they do.
Yeah.
Why
What-
can't we turn the Hubble to the
look-
moon, find the landing spots, and get a good picture of all the gear there?
Well, the Hubble is too far
Because you can't
away.
focus. You can't focus. It's designed to focus millions and millions of miles away. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hubble-
hold on.
Does anyone remember the Google X project to build a space elevator in low Earth orbit? think this
I
was
remember
like in
that, yeah.
2014
Those
or something like that.
the movie ideas.
That'd be the
man,
scariest
I believed
elevator
all that
to
stuff
ride.
was going to happen until I started looking into everything. But yeah, I was hoping for that stuff.
That last comment, though.
Then
Talking about budgets.
Look, Elon is collecting
That's a
checks
good
off
comment.
the government. They're never gonna get to Mars, and no man mission is gonna be anywhere past Mars, moon. None of that stuff's happening.
This is my issue with like as old as I am, everything always seems to change and everything like that, and we always think that we've got it figured out. Then a few years later, we don't. I'm gonna show you this. This lady, she's an astronomer. She's pretty intelligent lady. She's got stuff on there that, you know, she believes that, you know, we did go to the moon and all that kind of stuff. But look at this guy, Percival. Check here. Where am I at? Oh, it's down below. Oh, wait a minute. Am I presenting?
No, now you are.
Okay.
I don't know, but Massimo's last comment is just hilarious.
All right, I'm gonna probably have to jump out of here and come back in because this thing looks crazy. But check this out. This is how silly if we just everybody thought that this guy knew everything. And listen to the story.
Craziest guys in astronomy. His name is Percival Lowell, and he helped lead to the discovery of Pluto, but I know him for some other things. In the late 1800s, he started looking at the planet Venus, and because it's out during the day, that's when he was looking at it. Here's his drawing of what he observed. There's these crazy spokes with a dark central spot. And these were there every time he looked at it. So obviously he was seeing some huge surface feature, and Venus must always be facing Earth. And everyone was excited. People believed him, but every time somebody else went to look at Venus, this isn't what they saw. And so he died with this being a mystery until over 100 years later, about 20 years ago. Turns out, to look at it during the day, Percival Lowell was putting the telescope's exit pupil at a diameter of less than 0.5 millimeter. And then he would look in it. This man turned his telescope into a giant ophthalmoscope. Here's his drawing, and here's a human eye. It was casting shadows of blood vessels on his retina, making them visible. What this man was reporting to other people as spokes on the surface of Venus were actually shadows of the blood vessels and other structures in his eye. And the map he made of Venus was a map of his eye. And that is not the craziest thing he did. Let me know if you want to hear about how he convinced people that there was a dying intelligent alien species on Mars. This is
See what I'm
I'm
saying?
just saying, you know, everybody
Always
thinks they got it
trust
figured out.
history.
Nah, man, I don't trust no history, man. These books, like
I'll be back.
a lot of these education books, man, is government based. Like they were doled out by the government, they paid by the government's money. Like
Ghislaine
And then-
Maxwell's father, sir.
there you go. And then on top of that, man, it's like the government lies. We've caught them in lies, and they're
Well, that's where
constantly
Fowler,
lying now.
that's where all of this stuff comes from, is the mistrust of government and our leadership and people in those types of positions. That's where all this stuff comes from.
Yeah.
And it's
I
just
mean,
that mistrust. So, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's I don't know. To me, it's cool just having the conversation. I've watched some of Flat Earth Dave and some of him going back and forth with people debating him, and some of those people get really nasty, like calling him just insulting the man. And I'm like, just because somebody disagrees with you and looks at things from a different perspective, at least treat the guy with some respect, even if you don't agree or if you think it's nonsense.
100%.
Spark the conversation. I mean, I don't understand why people can't have a disagreement and again still be respectful. Like, to me, that just blows my mind.
And that's what indoctrination does to people.
Yeah.
When you live by a doctrine, it's hard for you to put your pride down, let your ego down. It's like it has to be, or I've been fooled my whole life, or I don't know enough. But yeah, I agree with you 100%. I have such an open mind about everything. I'm willing to hear any sides of the coin. But I agree with you. I don't like the ad hominem attacks.
I mean, look now. You've got this show, Snowfall. The CIA was behind the crack epidemic. Nobody would have ever thought that in the heat of the crack epidemic, right? Nobody would have ever thought that the government did that.
Theory, yeah.
Right. It was a conspiracy theory then that's been proven true. Not to mention the guy that made that movie was told, or that series was told to stop, and he's dead now. You know that, right?
No coincidences ever.
He was told to not put that series out. He did, and he's dead.
Yeah, I mean, what about the guy who created the guy who created the hydrogen car?
Yeah, man. Yeah. All these people that are doing the hydrogen stuff and throwing it on social media and stuff, they're getting them taken by the government, and it's crazy, man. It's absolutely insane. So I get the mistrust. I get the mistrust completely.
I feel like it's almost like you gotta prove me wrong, or something. And to be honest, both sides of the fight, whether it's flat Earth, round Earth, moon, no moon, moon landing, no moon landing.
110%, Teddy.
Both sides have no real proof. The NASA can't even tell you. They tell you we ain't got no technology. We don't have nothing to show as we can do this again. So now you're making me feel like, well, the only thing we have is this old school production setup video that's been when people like Kryptonian bring you like stuff like the one where they were showing on the Apollo where they were supposed to be taking a picture of the Earth, back on Earth, and then
a funny thing happened on the way to the moon, guys. Go
yeah.
That.
Dude, that's a I like that, man. I like that show, and I watched it, and I started having a conversation with one of my daughters and my wife.
Got me thinking, that show.
Yeah, and what the conversation came down to is I had to say to both of them, I said, where do your core beliefs come from? Does it come from a place where you searched out the proof, where you've seeked and found the proof, or is it because someone told you that over and over and over again all of your life, so now you believe it? Like, where does that core belief come from?
And think of it this way:
is the enemy of knowing, and you know it.
It was just a matter of time, right?
Yeah. That's basically what you just said. Is the short version is belief is the enemy of knowing. And do you believe it or do you know it? Where do your core beliefs come from? Because or like you said, you can't. I couldn't have said it better myself. And ever since I was awakened to that, to everything in my life, I have so much freedom. I can't even tell you. I'm not the man I was 5-6 years ago when I started looking into everything. I feel ever since I unplugged from the matrix, and now I question everything, not to question just to be skeptical and be a jerk, but to I want the truth. That's all I want is the truth.
Sure.
We went to the moon at the perfect time frame. There was no YouTube, no clips.
Well, it's also funny how far behind Russia we were. We were in the space race. We were far behind Russia. If you look at the data, we were way behind them. Then all of a sudden, we're going to the moon. You know what I mean?
And isn't it crazy that Russia just stopped?
Right.
Like once we went to the moon, they didn't try and say, "Oh, see, look, we did it too." It's almost like they realized something.
Yeah, that seems kind of weird. But one of those things, I know we're talking about the moon and everything like that, but Kryptonian, I know that some people might know, and I think that earlier in the week, we found out that during the voting process for the Senate for Vitruveo, that you were second with Fowler. But since you're working on Prism blockchain and all the different between everything, you decline that. I mean, I can understand your point of view and everything like that, but you got you and Nick and Fowler, you got the three of you guys were here. I mean, you want to say any follow-ups on that or anything like that? I mean, I'm pretty sure the way you said it was, it's not like you don't want to, it's just that you felt like it was a conflict of interest and everything.
For me, definitely conflict of interest, because if I'm going to be in, I want to be all in. I don't want to share my my efforts with any project that I'm in, and I think both equally have the opportunity to change the space. I see them both in the same light. So, but yeah, that's why I was completely thrown off guard. I didn't even know I was on the list. You know, humbled by that experience. I went to bed just like humbled by it, right? But if I wasn't in the process of launching a blockchain and other projects, of course, yeah, I would have 100% jumped in and done everything I could to contribute. And I'm still going to contribute. Obviously, I'm still in the background, and anybody needs anything, I'm always here, right? But no, thanks for the follow up, Chris, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I thought it was great when the conversation that you had and everything like that was, you're grateful, but at the same time, I think it'll work out good. I think the voting went pretty good. And I think that Fowler, I think that, sometimes when people vote and stuff like that, I don't think they're thinking things through and stuff, but Fowler is an excellent person for the Senate, especially in this phase, because of the background with art, how he's so attached to it. And how
100%.
Down the road, I mean, I think right now there needs to be visionaries. There needs to be, someone like Fowler that can, help Vitruveo move forward to be more centric towards artists and stuff. Down the road, it might be more business, and we got to do this and we got to do that. But right now, in the building phase and the early stages, I think Fowler is an excellent choice for Senate, and I was very happy. I was like, yeah, these are my buds. So I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was definitely good, and definitely a class move the way you stepped out, Kryptonian. So kudos to you, my man.
Now, Nick, the only problem I have is I wish we did have a better drum roll. I was like, is he going to get a drum roll? Because I want a drum roll. But that's awesome, though, Zach.
Yeah. No, I respect Kryptonian, your decision completely. I understand where you're coming from, and very, very glad to have Fowler, because I see your artwork, man. It's just amazing how good you are. It's mind blowing.
I try. I do what I can.
Yeah, but you know what?
There he goes. There he goes.
I'm gonna step in here right now.
All self-taught. Yeah.
I get the privilege of seeing Fowler's the things that Fowler creates that he doesn't put out to the public. Okay, I'm privy to a lot of that stuff, and I always tell him, I'm like, this is better than what you got out there now. And he's like, I know, but that's down the road in the future. And I'm like, man, you guys haven't you haven't even scratched the surface on what Fowler's been creating. So tons of things to look forward to with Gods of Gaming and all that, and in his collaboration and what he's doing with Vitruveo. There's just a bright future for a lot of people out there.
Well, that's why I think Vitruveo, is special as well, because Fowler's just one artist, and you've got a whole collection of artists coming into Vitruveo who we haven't even scratched the surface yet. So I'm excited about that. And something else that I'm excited about is something you said earlier, Nick. You mentioned like hotels and having the displays, and I can just picture walking into hotels, seeing the streaming, seeing the artwork there in the hotel lobbies, and to me that's a win-win for both, for the hotels themselves and for Vitruveo. And I think that's an excellent application.
Yeah, like right now, if you look at iStock Photo, Getty, etc., it's just like Spotify. The artists are very unfairly compensated on that. So I think we can change that a little bit. And because there's, for example, ad agencies, etc., they buy huge amounts of stock, everything and it would be so good to have just indie artists be able to supply that at a fair price.
Sure.
So yeah, I think we can get those going. And there's a company called Dakboard, Dakboard. So what they do is they made a customization to the OS of a Raspberry Pi, and they allow you to basically plug into any HDMI device. It's a little tiny thing. I might have one sitting around here. Actually, I do. Give me 1 second. Here it is. It looks like this. So that's a DAC-board, and it's got all the ports and all that. It's basically a Raspberry Pi, but it comes canned. The cool thing about it is a software, and you can virtualize any number of DAC boards. You can create screen templates. So I have one in my living room where we have the weather, and you can, if you want, put your schedule and all that. We don't want our schedule there, but we have photos, so you can customize these displays and stream them anywhere. And so either we partner with someone like this, or we make our own, because it's just a Raspberry Pi with a case. These are like, you can get them for very, very cheap on Alibaba or somewhere like this, ready to go. So we get the OS going. We can also make our own, where you can get the hardware, plug it in. So if people don't want to commit to an Apple TV or whatever, we'll have our own solution also for that. So your VitruStream box, basically.
That's cool. No, I like that idea. Definitely. So if anybody else is interested in starting their own blockchain, or at least a testnet blockchain, you can do so on Prism Chain right now. That is a feature that you can do on Prism right now.
Tons of stuff going on over there, man.
Yeah, we were just talking about it earlier in our internal Discord with our lead dev Bob. You can actually start your own blockchain right now in Prism with just a few clicks. Obviously, you need some Prism testnet coins, and it would just be a testnet blockchain. But you can do it if you want. Yeah, definitely cool. We're getting there.
Slowly but surely.
Very exciting.
Man. Exciting times. Yeah.
Just like to the moon, dude.
There you go. Except we'll actually get there.
Yeah, but for real this time.
I can't wait for that moment when we do go back to the moon. And
I'm just going to go out there and say that right now, I'm going to say we went to the moon. We went to the moon. We went to the moon. Now, convince me that we didn't.
No, the space shuttle looked like a bus with wings.
or an AC unit. Those panels look like
I can prove we went.
It looked like a Winnebago.
I can actually prove we went to the moon. Let me pull out the trajectory data. Oh wait, what's this? They lost it. I can't prove it. I'm sorry.
I got a good one right here. I got a good one. Greek, you believe that? I think you said this earlier. You said that you believe that they had the ability to go, but wasn't.
It's just one of my theories, because everybody tears apart the film and the footage. Right. So maybe they filmed that footage, and when they got there, they were having. Remember, it's far away. This is 1960s technology of trying to communicate. Maybe they couldn't communicate from there, so they had stock footage that they used instead.
So where do you think the recording, the fake recording started? Do you believe that's after the rocket launch?
This is a theory. I don't think this is what happened. I'm just trying to stop the one side.
He's just keeping the conversation going.
Because I feel like the thing is, though, if you believe that,
I don't.
I'm not saying you don't, but if somebody does, they would basically be accepting that the government has lied to them.
In all areas where there's conspiracy, in all areas where there's conspiracy theories, you can test it out. I just saw this thing on the Flat Earth. They're like, look at this. The only way the sun can show and the light can be visible is from all this spot, and the earth has to be flat. And then some guy takes a globe, puts a flashlight on it, and it's the exact same way as the map they just drew. So like everything can be tested. So, you know, the one side, the conspiracy theorist side, they'll say, oh, we never win, blah, blah, blah. But they were able to reproduce the shadows going different ways on the earth with the light, with one light source, because of the way things happen, because it refracts and stuff.
The
So they were
problem with
able to
that,
replicate
the
it.
problem with that though is we can't go to the moon and show. See, we told you it can happen there too. See, it's kind of a straw
I know
man
both
in a
sides. I'm admitting both sides don't have a point. Like I can't say, oh, we went to the moon and here's why, because I have evidence. But like,
Well, why do you have
But
astronauts in the
but see-
60s saying that they couldn't see stars, but you have astronauts now
they
saying
were
that
asking them when on the moon they could not see stars. They didn't ask them on the trip to the moon could they see stars. Find me that question.
think-
getting a little
But
technical.
back to
I
what
guess.
Fowler
I
said
think
is,
Yeah.
sorry, Fowler, but back to what you said, Fowler, is so it's okay that they lied to me to make me believe it because it was for my benefit. So everything else is the truth, but that one time they lied, but it's okay.
Right.
See, that's
Right.
if I'm dating a woman, she's cheating on me, and then I decide to, forget all the lies, right? I mean, she's never lied. She's only lied to me that one time. Well, we already know that once a cheater, always a cheater. That's just human nature. So now we got a bunch of humans lying to us. So the numbers just go through the roof.
It's different. I think it's different when you were at a point when no one was out of space, right? And only people had theories, right? You can say I can say the world is flat. You can say the world is a globe, right? And we can only battle it out that way. Neither one of us been to space to be able to prove each other wrong, right? But when you sit there and make a big spectacle, you went to space, we went to the moon, we got these decorated astronauts, not just one team, about 13 teams who was trying to attempt this. So now you got this lie. It's not like he said, like in our said, it's not one lie. That lie keeps going. And that's what they did. They kept the lie going. So they're like Apollo mission after Apollo mission after Apollo mission has went, and they didn't. And they all
you
lied.
ask why.
And the first guy is the one who's kind of like, yeah, we kind of didn't go. Like that makes everybody who went after him is a lie. Everybody is a liar. The astronauts, the people who geared them up, the fuel guy who fueled up the rockets. Everybody's a liar at that point. Everybody's a liar. Okay, everybody who works with NASA, they're probably liars, and they got NDAs as well. Because guess what? They're not gonna say anything. Because guess what? The checks are still clearing, and guess what? My family is safe. If you provide those two things, I'm pretty sure that you can hide a lot of dirt with a lot of people within one department of the government. I promise you can. I promise you can. There's video about the guy, the Russian astronaut. What was the Russian astronaut?
We got Fowler going here.
Look
Is
at
that Russian? What was the Russian astronaut who went to? They supposedly he went to the moon or went to space or something. And then he comes back and he's like, "Look, KGB basically got held him up," and he ended up going on TV and saying that it was a lie. Like they never went to space. But I'm pretty sure he got paid. He was cashing those checks that were good. And then after a while, maybe the checks don't clear, or he grows a conscience. I don't know which one happens first. Is it the check dries up, or you grow a conscience? At some point,
and
though,
or
he
both.
said, you know what?
And or both.
And or both. At some point, he was like, you know what? I can't keep this lie going no more.
You think on their deathbeds they would have come clean? Yeah, we never.
Yeah, he did. He went on that interview, and then I think it was like 6 months later, he was dead. So I mean, now he was older. He was really old, though. He was really old. So there's a potential that it was natural causes. But it is Russia on the other hand, so you never know. But the whole thing is, look, man, if the Russian government lies to their people, the U.S. government lies to their people, what does that mean? That means it's not just about it's U.S. or Russian thing. No, it's a government thing, because the only way they can keep control is they got to keep the lies going. They got to keep people believing the stuff.
100%.
I'm not saying the world is flat.
Well, and they got to keep the money flowing. And they got to
keep the money flowing. The money flow. In order for money to work, you have to be able to spend it on something. And guess what? They found multiple ways of spending it. We got a guy named Elon Musk who's out here producing rockets that supposedly they can land themselves. To this day, I believe that the HD is so crystal clear it looks fake. But I don't know, man. I just don't know. That's why I say if you look at some of the credits on the bottom and stuff, you'll see Michael Bay. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Michael Bay.
With that being said, there's something I found out this week. Well, a couple of things I found out this week. Do you know that in 2015, John Malkovich filmed a movie? I think the guy's
John
name.
Malkovich?
What's that?
It was called John Malkovich?
No. He was in a movie. It was filmed and it was created in 2015, and they locked it away. The name of the movie is 100 Years, the movie you will never see, and it's not supposed to release until 2115.
I want to watch it.
Yeah.
Wait, John Malkovich made it? You know what? It just makes sense. That's something that seemed like he would be.
Well, he was in it. I think the
he's
guy's name was
out there.
Something Rodriguez, whatever. There are a couple other things too. The Queen of England, I don't have the definite information on this, but she wrote a letter to the people of Sydney, and the letter's not supposed to be made public, not open till like 21.
Sydney, Australia?
Yeah. Well, it
sorry,
says
you're not upside down.
Surprise, England still owns you.
It says the citizens of Sydney, so I'm assuming Australia. And there's like a private diary and a box of belongings and information for Marilyn Monroe that the doctor that she was seeing said that
there was 2 pounds of green. True.
It says that whatever this box is and everything like that can't be opened until 2039. So there, I mean, I was like, wait, what is the deal with these things? Why are they holding these things out for?
Yeah, what are they trying to say in those things?
The movie part about John Malkovich, that's a real thing. And I think they put a bottle of scotch in this thing and they got a countdown timer, and the movie's behind it.
They did the same thing with a lot of the Kennedy information with they locked that away for years.
And I don't know why they're doing that. I mean,
it's ridiculous.
I've seen new videos released in the last 2 weeks going over Kennedy stuff, and now people are really getting into that again, trying to re-examine the footage.
Yeah.
That's my rabbit hole that I've been on last week.
Yeah, mine is ChatGPT. A good friend of mine who will remain nameless turned me on to that, and now I'm like, I'm having full-on conversations with ChatGPT, arguing back and forth.
You're lying.
You're a liar. That's not true, ChatGPT.
Chris, I don't know if you saw in the private chat, Nick's got to go to dinner. So
Nick's being summoned for dinner. So we appreciate you stopping by and hanging out, Nick.
You guys,
you're always welcomed, man.
Thanks.
Always welcome.
Thank you. I'll pop in from time to time. I miss this.
We're just having fun, Nick.
Like, I'm not all business all the time. I have like a social.
No, we know.
Too.
We see your Twitter. We know.
Yeah. We know.
Stop by on the 29th when Flat Earth Dave. We have a conversation with Flat Earth Dave.
Yeah, I want you to throw some actually engineering, some code. I mean, I have some questions about
that.
AI
Would be interesting.
Yeah,
but for another time, Nick. Next time you come back on, I got some AI questions for you. So
all right, I'd love to chat about.
I like it.
See you guys. Thanks.
Yep.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, Nick.
All right, Nick.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy holidays.
Thanksgiving.
Take care.
Hey,
yeah, so that is.
I like Nick. To me, Nick's good people, man. I like Nick a lot.
Yeah, he's cool, man.
Can I bring up this? I just want to bring up this comment right here. Robert Cat says, "You can't compare today's technology to the 1960s. Not fair. We have become so advanced in 54 years since then."
Right. So you would think we should be able to get to the moon like that.
I have to read this. Even Robert is saying right here, he's literally saying it's been 54 years. We've become so advanced. If we have become so advanced, Greek shouldn't have a problem defending himself right now. He is having a struggle because he can't sit here and say definitively.
This is the problem with the moon. I have to defend myself when nobody has definitive proof that we didn't go there. I shouldn't have to defend myself. The proof
I'll say this:
the pudding is on the naysayer saying we didn't go there. What?
But I will say this though:
astronauts said themselves they didn't go.
So
then it
I
would
will
be
say this.
obvious. Like we wouldn't even have a debate if an astronaut said we didn't go. The fact is, you find some clip where they are misspeaking.
It's
you don't
actually
know what
multiple
editing's been
clips.
done.
It's multiple. It's not
There
one.
are multiple clips.
I'm just saying the burden of proof is on the naysayers, not on the people.
So Greek, do you think Lee Harvey Oswald? Do you think Lee Harvey killed JFK?
He may have shot one bullet, but he didn't shoot all three. There's no way.
But they said so. The burden of proof is on you though to prove that. Do you get what I'm saying?
And I can't prove it. I can't prove it. I'm just saying.
But all of the evidence adds up to there's no way he did it by
No,
himself.
the magic bullet theory.
Yeah, the magic bullet theory. Come on.
Because anytime a bullet hits bone, it doesn't stay intact, and to have a bullet going through one shoulder, one rib, another guy's wrist, and then just be placed on the gurney.
And some of the people that had him killed were on the Warren Commission.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like come on, man.
I'm just saying I can't.
And you're an actual experienced shooter, Greek. So I know you know what you're talking about. So I know you don't believe that magic bullet stuff.
No,
it's ridiculous.
It's dumb.
But to your logic there, then the burden of proof would be to anyone that doesn't believe that. I mean, it is kind of hard to come.
It's
come
hard
up with
yeah,
proof
well,
either
the
way.
thing is,
I got you.
that's the problem with proof is it's hard to
It's
prove.
a pretty
like,
cool. It's pretty cool to get the conversation
like
rolling.
talking about flat Earth. Like I can say all this scientific stuff. No matter what I say, a flat earther is not going to believe it unless I can physically go up there, take a picture. And even if I took a picture and showed them that it's a globe, and actually I took a 360 picture around the earth and said, this is actually, I went around. I was rotating around this thing. They would still be like, you can edit that picture because now technology is so great that you can edit stuff like that. And nobody knows what the dang truth is.
Yeah.
So here's the thing about that, Greg. Is I don't need you to go to space to prove there's no curvature. I can use the radius, the circumference that they tell me, which is supposed to be 26,000 miles in circumference. There's supposed to be observable curvature away from me in all directions. Well, I can prove there's not without even getting it in the sky. So the math that they use is flawed. Either it's bigger than they're telling us, or it's flat. That's my point. So I don't even have to get in a spaceship, bro. I can use regular math right now to do it. The math, the variables that they say the Earth is. It's not me. They're saying that. So I'm using their math, their formulas, and it doesn't make sense.
To me, I just keep coming back to it all comes back to the mistrust, you know, and question everything. And where do your beliefs come from? Because your mom and dad told you, because school teacher told you, because your grandparents told you, because the government told you. Where do your core beliefs come from? And I would ask everybody out there.
It's scary though.
Do some reflection.
You know what? Check this out.
Do some reflection.
What else can you lie about?
I got something for you guys. Check this out. So, who were the first people in your life to lie to you? In most cases, in America, as an American
Santa
child?
Claus, baby, Santa Claus, and
that's
Easter
right,
Bunny, and all of that, baby. Yep. 110, baby, 110. Yep.
I went snooping in the closet and saw gifts
Me
from
too,
Santa
bro.
Claus. I was 4 years old, and I'm like, why are there gifts from Santa?
Think about this.
Yeah.
Your parents were the people that you trust the most. Your family were the first to lie to you since birth. They've conditioned us to be okay with our parents lying with us. So here we are as adults. It's okay if they lie to us as adults. And that's why Greek is saying, you're rationalizing in your head, well, they had to say that, because, it's to protect us. It's because, people wouldn't believe them, so they had to come up with some other, I know it's a theory, Greek.
Well, way to turn Christmas into that, dang.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, sorry, but it is what it is.
Indoctrination.
Kids are watching and realize Santa's a fake.
I mean, if you think about it, it kind of is though, Con. It kind of is though, man. That's part of the indoctrination at the end of the day, man. It is, and what happens around Christmas time, man? People consume, they spend more than any other time of the year.
I hate that when people say, what do you want? I go, don't give me anything. I won't get you anything there. We're equal. Well, I have to buy you something. No,
my daughter has so much crap, man. I told people get her like zoo membership to the zoo, the Baltimore Aquarium, like stuff like that, man.
I tell my family to give my kids scholarships.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
T-bills, treasury bonds.
My
Yeah,
godchildren, I
yeah,
just get them. I just put into their mutual funds, save for the future.
That's
Get 'em
smart, man.
trust.
Get
I'd
him
be
some
like,
Bitcoin.
there
Get him
better be
some
a trust in
Bitcoin.
this baggie.
They ain't touching my Bitcoin.
I knew you were gonna say that. Oh man.
I'm a Bitcoin maxi now.
No, so I mean, me personally, I always believed that we went to the moon, and I always believed the Earth was round. But you know, some of the stuff that Kryptonian sent me,
I have to agree. It's making me question things.
it
the
makes
moon.
you question. Man, it
But
opens
I
the
can't get over
door.
the moon
Yeah.
because in the moon was always this one thing, like the explorer
Yeah.
in me, like my just that explorer Greek in me.
I know what
Just
you mean.
wants to believe that we could do this, and it was such a
Me
amazing
too, bro.
thing.
Me too, man. I love space.
But
man.
I think
love
that was
space.
part of it, though, right? But I think that was part of it, is to give the American people some hope and some, you know, that was part of it. So it's like, man, what, you know,
I mean,
where does the lie start and end?
it's almost
Or
easier to
does it
believe
even end?
that we
you
did
know?
and keep that dream alive for
Right.
me than to just be
Right.
like, oh my God.
Exactly.
Oh, look at here.
Exactly.
Yeah, and there is
Great.
some shady stuff. There's
Yeah.
some shady stuff that, yeah, look, this like on the way to the moon. Yeah, why are you filming stuff like
Great, man.
Weird.
I feel like this. If you ever watch Star Trek, man, like you dive into the universe, they would not allow any sort of a captain to run a ship if they had any doubts about how science worked. Right? Like, I think it was, I forgot what episode it was. It was like Kirk had some doubt, even though Starfleet was like, this is how it is. He was like, no, I don't believe that's how it is. And they literally took the ship away from him. Do you think that was right for them to take his ship? Because he had a belief that was against what his, I would say his armada, his government, whatever you want to call it, was saying, hey, this is how it is, but he believes it's different. So if he believes it's different, and he's the one that's captaining the ship, he's the one that's got to have all these lives, and everybody's under his, under his command, his responsibility. Is it for him to have his beliefs and make his decisions, or should he believe what Starfleet believes, and he has to basically make choices about what they believe? Is that how you would want your captain to lead your ship, or would you want a captain that actually has his own thought and be like, you know what, that doesn't make sense on the fly? It's like, you know what, they said this is supposed to be like this. I'm looking at it right here. I don't believe it. Okay, even though they said this is not what it's supposed to be, but I'm seeing something totally different. Do you believe that's right for them to like basically judge him because that's what they've indoctrinated into their captains? But in actuality, he's seen stuff with his own eyes that's made him question everything that they have told him.
I like how you're quoting Star Trek.
Because it's a reality.
No,
it's
but that's the reality.
Because if your belief is chipped, if your way of thinking is chipped, and you have a doubt in your mind, you have to doubt every single thing that is going along with that ideal. Because if you believe that, okay, hold on, maybe we didn't go to the moon, or maybe we didn't have the technology to record it, but they recorded something and gave it to us, meaning the people, all the Americans, all the humans on Earth, they gave them this. And for the longest, almost all these years, people have believed with their heart of hearts that we've been to the moon, because they made a pretty decent a movie at that time that people could believe with that the definition of TV that was out back then, in the broadcast that they had. If you sit here and believe that you have to be like, okay, they had to make up a video in order to broadcast something they said they were going to do, then that means likelihood they didn't do it. Because guess what? If I was alive at the time that they said the first man was going to the moon, I don't need to see him. I don't need to see him land on the moon to believe it. Because at that point in time, I had all the trust in the world, the government, because they never lied to me, right? But once things start to get chipped away, now I'm like, hold on. What do you mean you tell me about these vaccines? What do you mean you tell me about what's going on across the sea, in somebody else's land? You're telling me this, but do I really know that's what's happening? Now it's everything is questioned at that point. Everything is questioned. It's not even about space. It's just everything that the government had their hands in, because we've all seen those movies where the lawful hero is doing something that he believes is right, and he believes that he has an infrastructure behind him. But then guess what? He gets towards the end of the movie. What happens? He finds out that the people that were supposed to watch his back and give him the right information, he finds out, oh, they've been lying to me the whole time. And guess what? He looks like an ass, but usually the heroes of movies end up turning around and make it work, where the thing that they were trying to accomplish is kind of skewed to make the outcome justifiable. But in actuality, that's a movie. In real life, we don't get to make those type of decisions. That means that whatever the government does, we almost basically have to be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what we accept. Because
that is true.
So that's how I look at everything. Whether it's the Earth is flat or not, I don't know. But the government told me, and they said, like, listen, Fowler, the Earth is round. They literally told me this, that the Earth is round. And if you don't believe this, then you ain't part of the crew, meaning the U.S. I'd be like, I guess I ain't part of the U.S. because guess what? If you have to come and tell me that the world is flat and I can't make up my own mind, that means there's a problem. There's either a lack of information or the information is questionable. And if it's questionable to the point where I have to sit here and say, I don't know, because unless I've seen it with my own eyes, that means there's a lot of things that went wrong. Because guess what? When we're young and we're going through school and we're learning through all these books and all this information the teacher is teaching us, right? We don't question it. We just be like, huh, okay, yeah. Pluto is the last planet. The sun is the biggest thing that's providing us heat in the solar system. Good stuff. And that's what that's how I've learned science. That's how I've learned the solar system. Now, everything's questionable. Everything's questionable. I honestly don't know if the planets are all rotating. I don't know. I don't know if Pluto's rotating. I don't know if all these planets, Jupiter, Saturn, all these great ones, we've learned over years. For what we believe is that they're spinning in the solar system either around Earth, or we're all spinning around the sun, right? And we're just going in circles, right? But in actuality, we could be just sitting here in one spot. All these planets are sitting in one spot, ain't rotating, ain't doing nothing. It's just sitting there in space, and that's a reality. I can't say it is or it isn't, and that's bad, because guess what? AI is programmed by who? Man. And if man is the ones giving me sometimes false information, then does that mean I have to question AI sometimes? Just saying.
Question everything, Fowler. Question everything, brother.
Yeah, man. I would trust. I will say this. I'll trust AI before I trust Alphabet Man telling me any information. Well, I don't care if it's the FBI, CIA, whatever. I would probably go check. I was like, look, man, if they said there was a terrorist on my block, I would probably go to AI and ask, is this true? Because you know why? Because I don't know who to believe. Because I can't believe the man in black who just came to my door and said, yeah, man, look, there's a potential guy who may be making a bomb. Like, I don't fucking know. I don't even know if you're real. You can show me all that identification of the world, man. Guess what? At the end of the day, it could be forged. It could be all this. Man, it's just so much going on, man. It's just you have to question everything. I can't even. Only person I could trust is the mailman, right? Like the only person I could trust is the mailman, because I could trust that this dude is most of the time is going to bring me my damn bills.
My dog doesn't trust.
That's funny.
Yeah. Now, speaking of AI, we've got Confirmant. Confirmant has his AuthorFi. Pretty damn close, aren't you, Con?
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. We're going to be talking about that and just on Friday night.
There you go.
A lot of back end testing. Everything looks to be pretty much in working order. Just working through very, very small, minor things at the moment.
Yeah, it can make the Greek sound smart. So it's a good thing.
And the crazy part is it's so much different than what even Greek was using 5 days ago.
Yeah,
I know. I get used to using something and now he changes it on me.
Sounds
So what
about
you
right.
showed me the other night was was 1,000 times better than what even 1,000. It was amazing, and what I was using was amazing. So like, I love it.
He's blown away, is what he's trying to say. I can just
Yeah.
see the excitement on Chris's face right now. It's polarizing.
Chris is so stoic. Oh man. No, there's some awesome features that I can't even log in anymore. I can't even play around anymore.
Nope, because it's migrated to the actual domain, and everything's pretty much set in stone.
Yeah, I feel
but obviously I don't want to be sharing much of it right now because I don't want anyone trying to log in and sign up for it. Not yet.
Fair enough.
Well,
So we can
Friday
look
night
for
to show it all.
Yeah, we can look for Friday, huh?
Yep, Friday.
There you go. I know I'm excited, man.
Someone might say it also may be live tomorrow, but it won't be pushed.
Oh, so let me throw this out there as well, since we're talking about con stuff. So I don't know if any of you guys watching have been following me in my little bit of a trading journey with the Forex, but so my mentor actually gave me a coupon code, I guess you would say, to throw out there. If anybody is interested in some of the trading products, I can give anybody 20% off. So if you're interested, reach out to me. I've got my own coupon code, the NR special, I like to call it. So yeah, reach out.
NR's been killing it on his trading.
The NR special. Yeah, I did. I think today I did like almost $3,000 just today. Yeah, man. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Man, Fowler's never been this talkative. I kind of liked it.
What's up, Seven? I haven't talked to you in a while, brother. I like
Yeah.
this comment. He says, "Science. Oh wait, unless that's a lie too, and science is not real." Come on, man. Let's not do the straw man stuff.
So-
What we're talking about is pseudoscience. There's a difference between real science and pseudoscience. I mean, let's be
Kryptonian,
honest.
do you wanna tackle his lunar eclipse comment?
What did he say about the lunar eclipse? I
He
didn't see
says,
it. I'm sorry.
during a lunar eclipse, Earth passes between the sun and the moon, allowing Earth to cast its shadow on the moon. That shadow is always a circle, no matter where you are on the planet. If it was flat and you are standing near the outer edge, the shadow would not be a circle, it would be an oval. And it would not be an eclipse for that person on the edge.
Yeah, I've actually heard that argument, and then I actually believe the same thing. So what I want you to do, Seven, is I want you to go Google the impossible eclipse. You guys can Google that right now. It's called the impossible eclipse, and what that does is that shows it shows that the moon, or I say the moon has nothing to do with the eclipse in front of the sun, or the Earth getting between the sun and the moon, whatever. Google the impossible eclipse. That takes what you just pointed out, which makes sense. But then you have this thing come up, the impossible eclipse, which happens every 18 years or something like that. In fact, multiple people see it. There are sightings of it. Google, even NASA's like, we can't explain it, or they try to, but they say refraction. But if you Google the impossible eclipse, it begs the question, okay, that sounds cool with you're saying, Seven, but what about this, the impossible eclipse? It's actually called, I guess the layman's comment, or layman's name for it. It's actually called the celestial eclipse or something like that. I'll try to bring that up maybe on Sunday if we move with the other guy. But I'd like for him to explain that. But I hope that answers or at least addresses your statement.
Yeah, he followed up and said the only way to always cast a circular shadow, if the thing casting the shadow, in this case the Earth, is a globe. It's a matter of geometry.
It's a matter of geometry, of course. So the question I would have to you is, how do you know the moon is 256,000 miles away? How do you know the sun is supposed to be 9 million miles away? If you actually understand how they came up with the position, I would say the distance between the Earth and the sun, they used, I believe it was Venus. Well, the question is, how did they know Venus was? You have to know how far Venus was. So when you start using objects in the sky to describe the Earth, it's pseudoscience because it's all guesstimations. You can make math describe anything. Math is not absolute because you can use it to describe anything. It doesn't
It
doesn't
depends
mean
what you're
it's, you know,
plugging in to get your outcome. Yeah.
absolutely, and we can use crypto as a
Crypto's a
very
great example. You plug in
yeah,
high
very
numbers. Oh, look, the math works out in my favor.
yeah, but Seven,
Isn't that
in
the
all
truth?
seriousness, brother. But Google the impossible clips. I'd like to know what your thoughts are on that. I really would.
Yeah. The thing is, when you Google it, it brings up flat Earth, and then most people will stop there. But I'm reading what they're saying because of the position of the sun. They're saying it's not. I have to read more, but just what I'm. But I have Googled it.
Yeah, I'll actually have to. I have some. I think I have some videos on it. Some people have done videos. Here's the problem with all the stuff that you try. When you actually start to question these things about, you don't even have to Google flat Earth. I mean, who cares about? I mean, you can just Google. Did we go to the moon? And you're going to get served up all kinds of stuff that they want you to see. And here's the point on that: they didn't start doing the censorship until about 2012 to 2015, when Trump and flat Earth and COVID, you know what I'm talking about, hit the scene is when they started doing that disclaimer right under Google, under videos. For you gotta ask yourself, why is that?
I just noticed that it was on our video because we talked about flat Earth in that video, and I saw it, and I'm like, when did they put this? Because I've never researched stuff.
So ridiculous. If it's so laughable, why in the hell would they be putting a disclaimer? You know why? Because we're on to something. That's why. If we were talking about Mickey Mouse and Elmer Fudd, there ain't no disclaimer. We know those are cartoons. You ain't got to tell us, but for some reason,
you know they're cartoons.
You do raise a great point with that, man. And you can't argue with that. Like, if it's that ridiculous,
it's true.
Unless you got the
I was like,
unless
why
you got
is
the
this there?
Fauci, unless you got the Fauci, you believe we went to the moon.
Yeah.
And you voted for Biden, then there's nothing for us to talk about. I'm just saying.
And I think again, that all goes back to the distrust. And it's like, okay, well, once someone like for you, for instance, Kryptonian, like you said, your eyes are open and you start to question everything, then everything seems to become a conspiracy, and you believe almost nothing that you're told because you're questioning everything. So it's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So
what the problem with that is?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can I respond to that real quick?
Please do, man.
But because you mentioned conspiracy, you know where the word conspiracy came from the CIA back in the 60s and 70s, because it was a psyops. They had to have controlled opposition to call people that question the government crazy, tin hat wearing people. So they came up with the term conspiracy theorist, right?
Yep.
Well, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a conspiracy analyst. And I can prove just about every conspiracy that I've ever read about since the 60s. I mean, not that I'm that old, but that have been since the 60s have just about come true, or there's some truth to them. So that's why when this whole flat Earth thing came up, I'm like, well, I mean, look, I love space. I used to think the same thing. This is the stupidest thing ever. We went to the moon with that. That's just, you're an idiot if you believe that. So what I tried to do was I tried to go out and prove we went to the moon. I'm on the journey that Greek is on right now. And the more I start looking into it, I begin to realize the math doesn't add up. So, we can go, here's the thing, what they need to make this whole thing work, with the moon and the orbit and the universe and, and all that stuff, they need gravity. Gravity is just a theory. All right. Look it up. I mean, it's just a theory. And so, because they couldn't, now you have to ask yourself, you want Newton's gravity, or you want Newton's gravity, or you want Einstein's, theory of relativity. So what he ended up doing was, because the theory of relativity wasn't working, they came up with dark matter. So I like Flat Earth Dave. I heard him do this. He made a comment one time. He says, "Hey Greek, let me give you $100, or let me borrow $100, right?" And you're like, "Okay, I'll pay you back on Friday." What I'm going to do, Greek, is I'm going to pay you back $4. The other 96, I'm going to give it to you in dark dollars. But they're there, bro. Trust me. I know you can't see them. You can't measure them. No one's ever seen them, but I guarantee you they're there. Yeah. That's how they're wanting us to accept gravity. Okay. It makes no sense.
Can I say something? Like, do you know how you said, oh, you don't believe in anything, and now you question everything? Problem is, I know people like that. When you start questioning everything, then people are just like, his points are invalid because he just questions everything. He's just crazy conspiracy theory.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was getting at. Yeah,
I take it one step further. It's not that I question everything. I mean, it's not that I don't believe anything. I don't trust nobody. I just trust but verify now. I never used to do that. So you're going to tell me something, whether you be a scientist or a comedian or whoever, a politician, I'm going to hear you, and then I'm going to go look into it. And you have to at least give me the dignity as a human being to figure out and decide on my own. Don't tell me what I need to believe. And because I don't believe what you want me to, because you believe it and I don't, because I looked into it, and then you're going to call me an idiot. That's on you. You know what I mean? That's you have that problem. You're the one that has the pride and the ego and all that. So it's not my
That's
fault.
one thing I can't stand, when people call
I can't
names
stand.
that they
Yeah,
don't believe.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Like, I don't believe the Earth is flat. I believe it's a globe. Okay, that's just my beliefs. But Flat Earth Dave, like, I'm gonna respect the guy, and
And look, man, the guy, you got to give him some credit, man. I mean, whether you believe or you don't believe what his line of thinking,
there and going against the
you
norm.
got to give the guy some respect, man. And you know, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I really dislike when people just get nasty and start calling names and just like, it's like, come on, man, you know. So.
But I do love all YouTube videos on all this subject matter. Like, Kryptonian's been sending me stuff, then I send him stuff back, and he goes, "Just wait till you unplug from the Matrix." That's his response.
Well, yeah, I mean, Massimo brings up a good point with who came up with money, and you start looking into our financial system and how the Federal Reserve Bank is not even part of the government, and it's really just it's a banking mafia at the end of the day. I mean, that's a whole nother rabbit hole there.
Oh, big
and then,
time, man.
You know, and yeah, and it just opens up many more doors and many more questions. And yeah, I'm becoming that person that questions everything, and my family's like, I don't even like having a conversation with this guy because you know,
unfortunately, when you become that guy, but I'll tell you this. When I say
he likes crypto and he questions everything and doesn't think we went to the moon, you know.
That says it all, right? But why do I like crypto? Because of the decentralization aspect of it. That means government out of my pocket, out of control of my bank. Well, it's just it. So it's like the logic is this. I want the government to control my healthcare, my what medicines I take, everything, and I want them to tell me what I need to do to be healthy, blah blah, with all this stuff, because they know. But I want them out of my pocket. You can't have both. You can't have your cake and eat it too, because they want your cake and they're going to serve it to you.
And they want to tell you how much of that cake you can eat.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. So
yeah,
crypto is what, you know. Back my journey started in 2012 with Bitcoin, and that's when I started looking into the moon thing. So I blame crypto for this. Absolutely, because it was a lot of the crypto heads that I would run into. They just told me, "Hey, man, government, you know, question everything." And I started that rabbit hole, and here I am. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'll never. Here's the thing, too. I don't claim anything. I don't claim the Earth is flat. I don't claim the Earth is a ball. They do. They claim that it's not flat, and they claim it's a ball. Well, prove it. And then they show me pictures and stuff, and the pictures look fake as hell. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. Then you show me the math. Well, you know, then I show you the math doesn't work. Then you're like, well, then, you know, then you're an idiot, you know? And it's like, come on. You know, when they start calling you names, you know, they no longer have a point. They've lost the argument. So I love it when someone calls me a name, because that means they have nothing. I have won that argument. You know what I mean?
100% true.
Yeah, no doubt.
Look at those who called the Greek names.
There you go.
I said I was sorry, bro. It was one time.
You did apologize the one time you said I was a moronic Greek. Kidding, you never said such a thing. You never would say something like that.
Hell no,
you
man.
just told me I got to unplug from the Matrix, bro.
Yeah, I just think you're too intelligent.
Every video I send you, it's funny because you don't find pro flat Earth videos on Google.
Oh, no.
They only recommend the stuff against the flat Earth.
That's right. Like, I looked 2012 to 2015, Greek. You could find thousands of videos, and all of a sudden they turned it off.
He said that was going to happen. Flat Earth Dave did say that. So, like, I want both sides, but I can't seem to find both sides. All I send you is the other side.
It did happen. It happened to me, because I was just like, I was trying to show my friends, my family, look, and all of a sudden the videos were gone, and all of a sudden this disclaimer came up, and then they started showing like the anti-flat Earth stuff. I'm like, what the hell? And then it was like, okay, something's not right. But remember, okay, the videos that I'm sending you, I know how to go and get the videos. You don't. You're going straight to YouTube. YouTube's waiting for you to type it in, because they're going to serve you up stuff to just kind of throw you off. And the funniest thing is they're going to send you to the Flat Earth Society or some bullcrap. No one believes the Earth is a disc floating in space like a pizza. No one believes that. And they'll always try to show you a picture of a flat pizza float of Earth.
Like a frisbee?
Like a frisbee next to balls in the sky. And they say, this is what they believe. I don't believe that. But they want you to think I believe that. You know, and the problem is they're trying to use a presupposed system of balls in the sky and marry it with what they think I believe and say, see, it's two false positives. That economy is just stupid. But that's their argument, you know. So anyways, it just makes no sense for them to do that. They don't even want to know what I believe. They want to tell me what to believe. Unfortunately, you know, I've made up my mind.
Side because we're going to be coming up with questions, and I want to know what are some of the things that like the non-flat earthers are attacking on their points to the flat earthers. It's all interesting stuff.
Yeah. So one thing I learned, and I didn't learn it from that Flat Earth Dave guy. I mean, I just caught him. I've seen him. You know, it was just happened to. Oh crap! I like his videos. I thought they were funny, and then we had a good time having him on the show. But where I got
I like Flat Earth Dave.
Yeah, I've been watching him ever since. Where I got a lot of my kind of I would say my unschooling, if you will, you know, kind of detoxing of the brain was Crow 777. Check him out. That guy's he just blows your mind on a lot of things. Crow 777. He's got a YouTube channel.
He does.
I follow him thanks to you, honestly. Yeah.
So funny story with the Crow 777. Kryptonian sent me to him. Then I went down the rabbit hole with him, and I came across a video that said the moon is a hologram. And so I kept giving Kryptonian crap. I go, look what you sent me. This.
No, I never said that.
I know you never said that, but it was just funny because you sent me down the Crow 777. Stuff.
I know. It's funny. Yeah. And that's what'll happen is once they know you're in there looking for actual truth, they're going to make sure. Remember, don't think for a moment that the government, those in authority, the masters of the universe, as I like to call them, don't think for a moment they're not. We are the asset. You know, we're the product. So they need to know what we're doing, where we're going, how we're getting there, and the only way they can know all that stuff is to basically feed it to us. So if they can control your mind, the rest is history. You know, and if you think about it, they've got everybody in the last few years scared to death of everybody. Everybody's wearing masks. Everybody's getting jibby jabs. I mean, you know, now we got wars. Now we got a war going on right now in the Middle East. I mean, man, I'm telling you, man, something is definitely going on. And I know Chris can speak to that because he's seen this stuff. He's seen this pattern a lot longer than we have. You know, him being a little bit older than us. So there's definitely, and I'm saying that respectfully, Chris.
You said that nicer.
Well, you know, he knows what I mean. But
I thought you were going to say because he's old.
Because he's older than dirt. No, but he knows what I mean. And now, in my age now, I'm 46. I'm now beginning to see the patterns because now I'm remembering stuff in my 30s and in my early 20s that are now like, damn, wait a minute. I thought we were going to have an ice age. Wait a minute. I thought New York was going to be underwater by 2018, you know, and I remember all those damn Armageddon movies that came out in 2015, 2012. Remember all that? Whatever happened to all that? What happened? Yeah, exactly. You know what happened? You know what happened? The government and Hollywood made a lot of money off of us because of the lies. You know, now they call it global warming, right? Now it's another thing. It's another boogeyman. I mean, when are we going to wake up, guys? When are we going to wake up? Which I'm awake, actually. You know, and that's
we know. You've awoken.
I'm the last Kryptonian, man. I mean, if I'm the last man standing, if I'm the last one to believe that we didn't go to the moon, then so be it, man. I'll take that one, man. Now, whether the shape of the Earth, you know, I mean, from what my research, my personal observations, I'm just not seeing any curvature. Now, I can't get up in space. I don't have the money or a ship to do that, right? So I can't tell you. So I was relying on the governments to do that for me, and the stuff they're showing me just looks fake as hell, you know. And when you question them about it, and then you know the rest is history. You know, they'll shut you down. But anyways, I didn't want to take too much of the platform here, guys. But you know how I feel about this stuff.
Yeah, well, I gotta get going. I got to make a dessert for tomorrow because it is Thanksgiving, unfortunately. And Greeks love their desserts.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, it is
I can't
Thanksgiving,
even eat the
guys.
dang dessert, and I have to make it. They put the skinny kid in charge of it, so they know it's going to make it to the event. That's what they do.
The skinny kid.
That's funny.
We're just taking an apple pie. The rest of the family, my wife's family's all cooking, so we're pretty fortunate. We don't have to make anything.
Yeah, what do you guys have going on? I know tomorrow we're hosting. So we have family coming over. I'm frying
You're
up
hosting, you're
in the
cooking and
morning.
frying and everything.
Yeah.
Man.
My wife's upstairs making all the sides, the collard greens, the sauerkraut with
man.
kielbasa, and all of that stuff, man. She's up there going ham.
Man.
So
We were going to do that. We just moved in that house, right? And we're like, nah, let's just do Christmas because we're still kind of settling in. So we'll host for Christmas.
That's right around the corner, brother.
Yeah, I know. We'll host in 2 weeks, right?
Be here before you know it.
Yeah,
I'm spending Thanksgiving with the grandma. So
nice.
She's gonna question me on why I'm not married for the 95th time.
What's up, Compton?
What's up, Compton? Good to see you, man. Happy
Compton's in the house.
Happy Thanksgiving, brother.
Thanksgiving.
But happy Thanksgiving to everybody that's tuned in. We appreciate it. Guys, we're up here just talking, just doing what we do, man, is having a conversation as civil men. We all have love for each other, and this is what we do.
That's how it should be, man. We don't all agree, and but we can sit here and have a conversation and go back and forth, and that's what it is.
There ain't no echo.
And I will say, correct. Before we came on, Kryptonian and I, like I said, we were in the internal Discord of Prism, and we were talking about what we were going to do for property flex, whether we were going to do a layer 1 or a layer 2 blockchain for property flex. So, little alpha there.
You would
just kind of
drop that
kicking it around
right now on the way out.
Just kicking around, what our options are and what we think makes sense. So, that should be pretty cool.
What I love about that in ours, we actually absolutely have the options. That before we did not. Now we've got options. 1 or 2. Which one is it, babe? You know what I mean? Like that's what I mean. That's what I love about it.
It sounds like the layer 2 is going to be easier, but we don't always necessarily take the easy road, right?
Yeah, tend not to, man. That's a fact.
So yeah, man.
If it's easy, it's greasy, man, and I don't like greasy food. You know what I'm saying? So there it is.
There you go.
I like it baked.
Yep. And then this holiday weekend, I know me personally, I'm gonna be working on some stuff for OMNI Elites. That'll be very interesting to see what I come up with. I might need your help a little bit, Chris, on some things, but I might tap you down. But be working on some stuff for OMNI Elites. We've got some good stuff cooking in the background for Omnis, guys. So keep your eyes out for that. Be ready. Yeah, man.
Yeah, in fact, Chris, I need to ping you right after this if you got a moment. I want to ask you about something about what we were setting up earlier today.
Well, yeah, I want to bring this up. This is one of the things that we're working on is we have we're going to have different domains for everybody. And what they'll do is, and this is just what I put together earlier today, but it'll probably be changed around and moved around. But this is going to be where everybody's going to go in, and you're going to be able to tell them that they can go to basically here. You sign up for a mailing list, email list, and then after you sign up here, the next page you'll go to is going to be all their socials so that you can, follow them and all that. And then you'll build up a mailing list where any information, like especially like some of the things like what NR came up with about links to his trading and all that, he'll be able to send you an email and all that so that you can be a part of that. And then like here's the next page and stuff. Like I said, it's just starting out and everything like that. Some of these buttons are going to change and everything, but that's the gist of it. That's one of the things that we're working on. And we have we have a couple of funnels that we're going to come out with that I think that we're going to have to meet on, because there's a few things that we need to change, and one of them is pretty close, and then the second one is ready to go. So you'll see some things coming up, but I think that's what we'll be working on the next week. I think you're going to see a few things. We got so we have the guy that says that the Earth isn't flat, right? Is that Kryptonian? Is that Sunday night?
Yeah, that's Sunday night. Well, I mean, he hasn't confirmed. He asked for Sunday, but yeah, I think it's Sunday at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern is looks like it's going to be the time.
Perfect.
Right? Yep. And he's the guy that basically he's going to bring the science and you know, and the proof that the Earth isn't flat. What I want, I mean, which I really want to know. I want proof we went to the moon. That's what I want proof of. You know,
Wow.
that was a starting point for me. So that should be Sunday. We'll see what happens.
And then next week we'll have Flat Earth Dave back on, and then in between there, I think that we're gonna have we're gonna do something about AuthorFi. They're coming up soon, and then I think that we will schedule something or put something together once we get through the final stages of the 2 funnels that we have, and release those out to everybody. But one thing that you can do is I would recommend that anybody that wants to participate and be a part of that, join our affiliate program, get on our mailing list, so that when we send those funnels out, that you can check them out. You like them, you go and you recommend it to somebody, you get a affiliate. Was it 25%?
Yeah.
25% of what we sell, you get you get that.
If you're on my page or you're on OMNI Elite's page watching this, you can go down. I have the link tree for OMNI Elites, and in there is the affiliate program. You can click and go into there. So it's
awesome. All right. Well, other than that, I mean, we got quite a few things coming up in the next week. Plus, we got the holiday. We got Thanksgiving tomorrow, so everybody enjoy your holiday, and do take the time to give thanks to what you have and what's going on. Other than that, I think we're done for the night.
We're done.
All right, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving. Take care.
Happy
good one,
Thanksgiving,
guys.
everybody, your families, all that good stuff.